Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's go. Yo, YouTube is out here hating big time. Listen, I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. Did you guys receive a notification? Yes or no? Let me know if you received a notification for this stream. Octavia, what's up? I need to know if you guys are receiving notifications to my stream. Okay, Nasir got one. Mr. Scarface got one. E. Diaz got one. Okay, so some people got them. Bro, YouTube is out here hating. I don't know what they got going on. Some people got them. Other people are telling me they're not getting them. Shout out to my boy Sura. Let's go. And now I'm gonna do a test. So everybody who rocks with the channel, I have an official shorts channel. And I'm gonna try to go live from my shorts channel. So I need you guys to subscribe to my shorts channel. Because look, my boy Lenny said he didn't get one. Yeah, YouTube out here hating, dog. Right there, I just posted the link to my shorts channel. I'm gonna try to go live from my shorts channel, and I'm trying to do a case study so I can report some things to YouTube because people have been complaining about not getting the content. What is shorts? It's like a minute or less, like vertical videos. Are you subscribed to my shorts channel? Yes or no? We'll start there. Are you subscribed to my new shorts channel? Yes or no? See, look, yo, I'm late. I didn't get a notification. I told you, they out here hating big time, bro. Okay, Shane Reynolds says no. I'll definitely subscribe. Shout out to Octavia. That's my people. I never knew you had one because I haven't really advertised. We out here growing, and I didn't want to I wanted to. They said I heard Muff saying they made Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. I was making another Hove, and I didn't want to utilize this channel to grow my shorts channel too much, right? Kind of just to show it could be done. But I've already hit the subscriber count to monetize on that channel. So it don't matter now. We just have to hit a couple more. I got to get more watch time, and then we going to be monetized on that channel. Bro, I am living proof that you could get these things done. I'm making another channel, and we going to blow that channel up too. I'm going to make another Hove. That's for short form. Listen, the link is right here. If you want short form Boxingego content as well, go to my page. The link is right there. Subscribe to my official. Don't be fooled. There's a lot of imposters and all that type of stuff. That is my official Boxingego YouTube Shorts channel. So subscribe now. I'm going to be dropping content over there as well. I can't be beat. I'm unbeaten. I'm undefeated. I'm still pretty. I'm the quintessential YouTuber. That's why they be mad. They like, man, how's he still got steam after all these years? I personally like longer stuff, 20, 30 minutes. Man, it's perfect. I'll subscribe to Shorts channel that I like, of course. Shout out to Shane Reynolds. Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag. Some people like long form. Some people like don't have time for long form all the way. So I'm doing it to prove a point, and I'm also doing it because I'm a business, so I got to hit all angles. The fact is, some people like shorts, some people like quick. You know what I mean? So I'll just hit all the bases, and we be good. So come in, smash the like button. I'm gonna be doing some tests going live on my shorts channel to see. I want to see a couple things. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see you over there as well. What are the shorts gonna be like? What you mean? Oh my gosh. What is this, a job interview? Why y'all got so many questions? It's a channel. Y'all do this to Mr. Beast when he opened the shorts channel? I mean, what y'all think? Boxingego shorts is the same thing. It's like this content, but it's short and it's vertical video. What are y'all talking about? So if you like Boxingego heat, if you like that heat rock, it's a condensed version of that. No biggie. That's it. If you like my long form, it's a condensed 1 minute or less, for the most part, version of that. That's it. Y'all overcomplicating it. Hey, Carlos gotta chill, bro. He wants you to do some TikTok dances or something, bro. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Like, I'm not doing all that, bro. Shout out to Kenya B. He said he wants you to do TikTok dance. Yeah, it ain't. I ain't. Y'all want me to juggle? She be coming around the mountain when she goes. She be coming around the mountain. She be coming around the mountain. Like, I'm not doing tricks and magic tricks and all that. Y'all tripping. Anyway, we gotta talk about Canelo. He is in between a rock and a hard place. I was born ready. Canelo is cooked. In this video, I'm going to break down why Canelo is cooked. The boy is cooked. I really believe that. I know the Chupapi Muñeños, the Cinnabons. Oh, man, Eagle, why would you say that? How can you do that? I know y'all yapping. Y'all keep yapping because I'm snapping. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is over, bro. I told you, I didn't care who won this fight. I don't have a horse in the race. It is what it is. But I also told you if Canelo were to lose to this smaller dude, it was going to be over, and that's what happened. Bro, I'm going to bust my TV. Why? The Canelo fan already did it. They already busted they It's over, bro. Where does Canelo go from here? Bro, he has no belts for the first time in 10 years. Where does he go? Like, honestly, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Tell me where he go from here. Okay. I'm lying. Tell me where he go. A golf course. Exactly. Exactly. Golfing. The Golf Channel. Triple G said he thinking about. I don't want to see that. Canelo Triple G foe. Oh no, God, yeah, Max, sit back with this pack, zigzags and the zag. Bro, I don't want to see no Triple G Canelo foe. Come on, bro. That's like the Fast and the Furious. They doing too much, bro. They used to be street racers. Now they like flying out of planes and cars. Nah, bro. You got to cut it. You need to cut it. It's over, bro. Make him fight for the end. Bro, Canelo is dust. Lester Martinez is a beast. Billy's a beast. Hamza Shiraz is a beast. All these guys are like bigger, younger, strong, voluminous. Canelo throwing one punch at a time, loaded up. Who's that going to work on, bro? Marco Verde going to be the next Mexican star. Sadly, Nello is washed. I like Diego Pacheco. Yeah, Pacheco. You know what I mean? It's too. He in a division with giants. Bro, I marked this video down. Depending on who Canelo fight, I could see him getting knocked out in his next couple of fights. If he fight, like not if he fight Avni Eardrum or whatever. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about if he fight somebody real, that Boxingego, like if he were to fight Benavidez, bro. If Canelo fought Benavidez, I'll hope Benavidez is the underdog. Y'all keep talking and listen. Y'all don't know boxing, and I'm God tier when it comes to this boxing. There's a lot of y'all. If you're not Ego's Army, I don't trust your opinion. You don't know boxing, right? Artur Beterbiev, hear me loud and clearly. I'm a school y'all on some boxing. Beterbiev is like 40, 41 years old or whatever. But he is younger. We're talking about calendar years versus boxing years. Bro, them boxing years could be like dog years. Dog years. Some boxers age in dog years. Beterbiev is physically older, but I would argue, just like Crawford, based on how his fights have played out, he's still fresher than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo got a lot of gristle, wear and tear, elbow grease on his career. There's so much mileage on him. Fighting since he was 15. And I told y'all from the beginning, because I've been the best in the business and it's not even close. They wanted Canelo to be the best Mexican fighter of all time. He's not. I'm telling you he's not. I've always said that. It's not even had nothing to do with this Crawford fight. He just ain't. He ain't no, you know what I mean? He ain't no the best Mexican fighter we've ever seen. Stop. And everything I'm saying now, I've been said on the channel. If Canelo has no skills, got exposed, then why is everyone making it seem like Bud beat the best fighter ever? I mean, no one said he has no skills. Who said that? I never. See, I'm convinced some of you guys hear what you want. That's it. You guys, I can speak clearly, loudly, great audio, and some of y'all just hear whatever you want to hear. Nobody said Canelo don't got skills, bro. Salvador Sanchez is the GOAT Mexican fighter of all time. Me and Sura know. Not Chavez. And it for sure ain't Canelo. Chavez is up there. He in the top 3. He number 2. I'll give Chavez number 2. Salvador Sanchez, the GOAT. Rest in peace. His career just got cut short because he passed. They wanted Canelo to be the Mexican Mayweather. He ain't that, bro. He made money. He did well for himself, but he not good as Floyd. I've been told y'all that. Bro, he's not as good as Floyd because when Floyd got older, you could argue he got better. When Canelo, Roberto Duran's not even Mexican, so you got to study the sport more. He's not even a Mexican fighter, but okay. No, don't try to retract the message now because I called you out. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta, and this be the y'all be the ones who are, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But you think Roberto Duran hands of stone is Mexican, and he's not. Come on, bro. They wanted Canelo to be like the Mexican Mayweather, but he's not because when Floyd got older, he got more surgical. He got more efficient. He got more economical, but he was more precise. He wasn't throwing the volume because he had hand issues. Nah, pimp, don't change it now, man. Yeah, don't go changing it now. Hey, sir, call him out. Yeah. Um, Mayweather, when he got older, when he got older, he got more surgical. Money Mayweather with the hand issues. He said, "You got me." That's funny. It's all good, bro. When he got hand issues, he got more surgical. Started taking his time, using his brain more. Canelo, what he did what Robert Guerrero did, I keep telling you, it is the perfect example. If you know, you know. Robert Guerrero, when he was in the lighter weight classes, he would box more. He was efficient. He was a good boxer. But then he got to welterweight, and Guerrero started fighting like machismo and like trying to fight everyone like he fought Berto. Then he got to Keith Thurman, and he got smoked up in there. He got dropped by Keith Thurman. It looked like he was about to get knocked out. You, what sense does it make to be a fighter from the smaller division, and then as you move up, not improve your skill? Not like change your style to more one dimensional. Like even Bud moved up, but his skill maintained. Bud moved up, but he maintained the skill set. Canelo moved up and he started fighting more one dimensionally. After he left Canelo, I tried to tell y'all from the beginning, Canelo's big mistake is he ran up out of 160 too quick. Canelo should have been at 160. Bro, dare I say, these new fighters are not the same. The fighters of yesteryear were eons better, bro. You had guys who could stay in the division and they had the sacrifice and discipline. The Marvin Haglers, the Shane Mosleys, where Shane Mosley can have a great run at lightweight. Marvin Hagler stayed a middleweight his whole career, right? Guys like Holyfield only moved up to heavyweight because he had done great work at cruiserweight and he was an Olympian. This new generation is trash because now people are weight bullying. They got secret weights and all this type of stuff. So the reality is you got guys, how many people in boxing are in a division and within a year they can't make the weight no more? Devin Haney. Devin got 2 fights at 140 and now he at welterweight. But the OG fighters, my boy Juan Manuel Marquez, ran through the lightweight division, beat Juan Baby Bull Diaz, and established himself as a number one lightweight. Then he moved up and fought Floyd. That's how you do it. These new fighters, they're not even proving that they the man in their current division, and then they have to move out the division when they barely even got any fights. Definitely don't got big names. Keyshawn Davis. Like, what did he really do at lightweight? And I'm not saying these guys don't got skill. I'm saying what did you do in the lightweight division. Baranchuk suck to me. He not good. He not like so that was the top rank hand me down. So Keyshawn left 35, couldn't even make weight in the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Um, he'll name a notable. What did he do notable at 135? He said in a way not. He walk around at 154. That's what I'm saying. The game is just like weight bullied up. That's why I respect even Errol Spence. He stayed a little too long at welterweight, but he made his mark at welterweight. These other dudes, Ryan Garcia, he fight Tank Davis at 36. Then he got a fight or two, don't even make the weight for Devin. And then now he said he can't fight at 40 no more. Trash. So Devin, Ryan, they could only make 140 for like a fight, one fight, two fight. That's horrible, bro. And you wonder why boxing don't have stars. This is why. Boxing doesn't have the same level of stars as the fighter of yesteryear because it's like ADHD. You got fighters fighting 1 or 2 times a year, and then they're not even staying in the weight class long enough to really make their mark or make their name and rack up the names. Like, when you think of greatest welterweights, you're going to think of Mayweather, Pacquiao, Sugar Ray Leonard. They did damage at welterweight. Keyshawn, he ain't do no damage at no 35. Shakur Stevenson, what'd he do at 130? What is name Shakur's best win at 130? Name his top 3 wins. Okay. That's one of the main problems with boxing right now. I was rewatching Morales Pac-Man earlier. The atmosphere was different than that. I mean, that's a classic. The first one, that's a classic fight. That's what I'm saying. The vibes don't be the. I've been in boxing for a long time. Right now, boxing is in a sunken place. I'm telling you right now, boxing is in a sunken place, and the vibes are not the same. Right? Even the vibes in 2023 were immaculate because we had Ryan Garcia fighting Tank, undefeated versus undefeated. We had Errol fighting Crawford. So that was in a matter of months. We got those fights. Carlos, what's up? Hey, I need y'all to get the likes up. Y'all got to get the likes up. Let's work. You can hear everyone standing and screaming. I think Floyd Mayweather was in the crowd at that fight, if I'm not mistaken. My boy Carlos, what's up? Yeah, boxing is in a weird spot right now. Like, you don't really have that many stars. And then the star, like, one star is Tank and he fighting a novelty fight. The other star just got bodied by a smaller guy. Like, now I feel vindicated because people were like, oh, why are you dogging Canelo Crawford fight? Why don't you like it, Ego? Look at where we're at right now. People were like, "Oh, ego, why are you dogging the fight? This is the best versus the best." The fight happened. Boxing looked dry. Right now, go look through anybody's channel. There's channels with millions of subscribers. Nobody has no crazy viewership right now. No one's doing no crazy like viral 100K numbers in boxing right now. Right now, and we just had a fight on Netflix. It's like there's not even much to talk about. For real. If I'm being Nate, what is the hottest topic in boxing right now? Y'all tell me. Tell me what the hottest topic is, like something that is a good talking, like a good topic to talk about for boxing fans that a lot of people want to talk about. Please let me know. If I'm lying, then y'all correct me. There was no upside to this fight for anyone. I try to tell y'all. The idea of Crawford versus Canelo blinded people. Logistics are a mess now. Once again, the king of boxing talk, the best in the business, and it's not even close, is now vindicated. There's like when Crawford fought Errol, the conversations were still going on weeks after the fight. When Tank knocked out Ryan Garcia, the conversations were still going on. People are interviewing Shakur Stevenson and blah. Like, I'm a content creator, dummy. My whole job is to make content, and I had easy content to talk about. After all the Tank's fights, Lamont Roach, Roley, Ryan, Frank Martin, the conversation is not dead a week later. Today's Saturday. Crawford Canelo fought last week. Y'all said it was this big thing. It happened, and now the game feels like dry. We witnessed Bud's greatness, and then now what? Like, nobody's really talking. There's not really nothing going on. There's not like, because the world knows that Bud is a great fighter at the end chapter of his career. He's not fighting for the rest of the year. Canelo's not fighting for, so it's not really even there's nothing to really like build from or be excited about. You excited because Bud's a great fighter. You're not going to see him until 2026 if he even comes back and doesn't retire. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to build from around that with an aged talent. Even Mayweather. When Mayweather fought Pacquiao, look it up. He fought him Cinco de Mayo weekend, the Mexican dates. He fought him in May. He came back later that year and fought Berto in September. So there was still, Mayweather just beat the guy y'all said could beat him, Pacquiao. You still had a Mayweather show in September on top of the other boxing that was out. This two guys fight in September, and it's like, that's it. There ain't gonna be no more fights from them this year. Crawford versus David Benavidez doesn't make sense. I heard Rick say Moses Atuma is going to be the face of boxing. Bro, there's not been a UK face of boxing probably ever. Lennox Lewis is probably the closest. And I don't even think he's from the UK. I think he a transplant. He's from Jamaica or Canada or something. Bro, when is the UK ever had, when have they ever had a face of boxing? Come on, bro. Mexico done had it. America been had it. There's never really been a time where a UK dude was the king of the whole sport. Stop it. Name one time. Name outside of Lennox Lewis because he a transplant. Name a UK fighter, like even Anthony Joshua. When Joshua had his run, Wilder was still more popping in America than AJ. More people knew Wilder. Oh my God. To this day. Like, Joshua don't got no to this day quotes. Come on, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about the UK. UK dried up. The UK got a yeast infection in boxing. It's over. Y'all talking about the UK. Y'all talking about, oh, the UK. Bro, the UK ain't got nothing going on right now. The UK, factually, they got one champion. Don't tell me about the UK. Nick Balls or whatever, Nick Scrotum, whatever his name is, Nick Nuts. He the only champion in the whole UK. He the only British champion in boxing. At one point they had a bunch. They had Billy Joe Saunders, Tyson Fury, AJ. They got one champion. You fight nobody. One champion. One Anthony Durrell. What do I gotta say? Like Canelo? You got one Nick Ball. One Balls. One guy. Like, don't ever bring up the UK in boxing ever again. They at home still crying because Fury got cooked by Usyk again. Because Dubois got cooked by Usyk again. Bro, the UK is... Don't... Oh, yeah, mate. You're slagging, mate. Bang, mate. Bro, get the UK out of here. They ain't got nothing going on. They got fish and chips. Tea and crumpets going on. That's the gist of the boxing action. Tea and crumpet. The British teeth. One more week, mate. One more. Get the UK out of here. Don't ever disrespect me. The UK, don't you ever disrespect me with Austin Powers. They don't got nothing going on right now. Who throws a shoe? Honestly, it's not your mother. It's a man, baby. Grabby my me throat. Yeah. Bro, do not watch UK porn. It is the worst ever. I cut one on by mistake. And he's like, yeah, you're slagging me, Bella, and you want a bloody wank it, mate. You want to wank it. And she was like, yeah, you slag me, Liam. Liam slag. Bro, the dialogue was terrible, bro. Them British men. You want to slag me wank, mate? You wanna? If you want to slag me, mom, bro, it's the worst porn. They can't even do porn right. You want me fish and chips in your belly and your silly sausage? You want me, bro? They can't even do that right. Get the UK out my fucking face, bro. He was like, "You're slagging. I'm slagging me, missus." Bang, bro, what do y'all even be talking about? Bang, mate. One more week. Bro, they had Sweet Caroline in the background. Don't mention it. I'll knock your spark out. Yeah, bro. And they be saying some stuff that sound kind of, you know what I mean? Like when Joshua would take his shirt off. It'd be like the British dudes. They act like they ain't never seen muscles before. Bro, the UK act like get out. Like they so impressed with a nigga with muscles or something. They was like, oh, mate, look at AJ. He's an absolute unit, mate. Bro, listen, massive commiserations. He's an absolute unit, mate. Bro, I have went my whole entire life without calling the dude an absolute unit. Never will. Bro, I don't care how big you are, bro. I'm not calling no dude no absolute unit. That sound crazy. That sound crazy. Remember Tyson Fury tried all that? Like that slang ain't gonna stick, bro. You big dosser. Yeah, big Dawson. Bro, we don't talk like that in America. That don't even sound right. You big Wilder, you silly sausage, you big Dawson, yo Dawson. Bro, so redundant. Bro, I ain't calling no dude no absolute unit. That sounds crazy, bro. You could be Prime Arnold. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, Arnie is an absolute unit. Yeah, unit, mate. So yeah, we done with the UK. Y'all got one champion. Y'all Nas, y'all got one mic. Boom, boom. If I had one mic, y'all got one mic. It's over. A Fiend drops his Heineken. Don't forget when Fury kissed the dude on the lips. Bro, he said Fury kissed the dude on the lips. And then the Fury fans be like, oh, you're in love with Wilder, mate. But Fury kissed him on the lips, bro. All right. Make it make sense. Bro, y'all just wanted Wilder to lose because the same people act like they cared about Fury. Y'all didn't watch no other fight after he beat Wilder. Y'all didn't watch none of that. You was not tapped into Chisora 3 and Dillian White. You just was happy Wilder lost. Come on, bro. Like when Shiraz called Berlanga a sausage. Yeah, bro. I like Hamza Shiraz though. I like him. He a clean cut dude. I like Shiraz. He cool. But some of y'all, some of the Liams, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Bro. The UK, get them out of here though, bro. They ain't never had a face of boxing. Like, to be honest, the way Joshua's career played out, he not even a top 10 heavyweight. I mean, prove me wrong. Anybody want to rump with the big dog? Bro, somebody explain how Joshua, look at his whole career, tell me how he had top 10. You got Klitschko's, Vladimir and his brother Vitaly. That's already 2. Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. We already up to 5. Ken Norton, Ernie Shavers, Frazier, Larry Holmes. All I need is one. Bro, Joshua his impact don't beat none of these dudes. All I need to name is one more. You got David Tua. I mean, he never been a champion, whatever. Riddick Bowe, boom. There's 10. Vander Holyfield, boom. Shannon the Cannon Britt. Let's go, champ. Champ. Bro, Tommy Morrison, you got, to be honest, Tommy Morrison probably had a better run than AJ. Because he came in a harder time. So, I mean, Michael Bent knocked him out crazy. That was crazy though. But he was fighting real heavyweights though. The game is different now. Joshua never fought Fury. He didn't even fight. Joshua never even fought his contemporaries. You never fought Fury or Wilder. Those are the 2 that came up at the same time. Y'all talk about Mayweather and Pacquiao, but Joshua has never faced. He fought an old Klitschko and a guy he wasn't supposed to lose to in Andy Ruiz. He did fight Usyk. I give him Usyk. But that's also a guy who, like, is not really the biggest heavyweight either. Now, but anyway, back to Canelo. Now y'all see why I didn't want this fight, bro. The game looking cooked. And like, let's be real. What is the Saudis' end goal? Like, honestly, what is the end goal with some of these matchups. Somebody explained it to me. Canelo was at least a bankable star, and you put him in with a smaller guy where if he were to lose, which he did lose, would hurt his career. So now he's not so bankable. Why did you make this fight? For what? Like what purpose did it serve other than to help Bud get accolades and get some respect late in his career? It wasn't like a blockbuster Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather McGregor, Canelo Triple G, where everybody's like, I love the fight and stuff like that. Rate the fight. Let's start there. Rate the fight on a scale of 0 to 10. How good was Canelo Crawford as a fight? I want to see where people place it. So think about your favorite fights. Your favorite fight is a 10. Where do you place Canelo Crawford? A 6. That's like a barely above average. That's one above average, one notch above average. See, that's what I'm saying. You ain't doing it right, bro. A 9? Man, heck nah. Heck nah. A 9? I don't see that, bro. In terms of performance, I'm not mad if you give the performance a 9. I'm talking about the fight as a whole. A fight as a whole, there has to be some give or take. Bud kind of cooked Canelo. So it really wasn't, it was a great performance more than it was a great fight. Canelo didn't have, no, bro. Okay, so let me get this straight. If that was a 9 to y'all, let me ask you this. Usyk versus Fury part 1 or that fight, Canelo Crawford. What was more entertaining as a fight? What was a more entertaining fight? Fury Usyk part 1 or a Canelo Crawford? If that's your version of a 9, then answer that question. Did you like Canelo Crawford better than Fury Usyk 1? To be honest, as a fight, I'm going off a fight. If we're talking about turkey fights particularly, Better Biev and Bivol 1 and Fury Usyk 1 were far better fights because it was high level on both sides, right? Bivol had some, but so did Better Biev. Usyk had some, but Fury was, right there. So we're talking about a fight. It was a great performance more than it was a great fight. Canelo looked washed, if we're being real. He didn't look great. Fury Usyk was a way better fight. Better Biev Bivol was a way greater fight. Sean Porter and Errol Spence was a way better fight. Like, would you rate Sean Porter, Errol Spence if Crawford Canelo as a fight was a 9? Then what is Errol Spence versus Porter? Lester and Billy, that was an awesome fight. I love that fight. That's what I'm saying. So like Pitbull Cruz versus Fierro, Lester Martinez and Billy, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, right? What are these fights if you think Canelo Crawford as a fight was a 9? Bud outboxed him. But again, like, okay, for example, it's funny because people try to act like what I said was wrong. Everything I said was right. Everything I said was true. For example, Bud ain't really a 68 pounder. He just got the skills to beat Canelo. He did it. Cool, great. But here's the thing. If Bud was naturally Canelo size, he would have probably knocked him out. Like, meaning, if they had been campaigning for the same amount of time in the same division, Bud would have knocked out Canelo for sure. or at least knocked him down and badly hurt him, right? The only thing that kind of leveraged it is the fact that Canelo had been bigger and been fighting, so Bud wasn't able to knock him down. He did hurt him, but he couldn't knock him out or knock him down, period. If they were, I told you this, if they were the same size, Bud probably would have knocked him out or at least badly hurt him. Block Super 215, thank you for playing. That's, again, why I didn't like the fight, because if Bud had even a tune-up or two, which is what I wanted to see, he probably would have knocked Canelo out, been the first to knock him out. But the only thing that kind of leveraged it is he was in uncharted territory. So even if he could have pressed on the gas, he had to kind of remain a little bit cool because it was his first fight at 168. Period. So I don't like fights like that. It was a brilliant performance, but as a fight, it left more to be desired, like from an entertainment value. When people, like, to be honest, let's just be real. Katayev versus David Morrell was a better fight. That was a good fight. Like, I know my boxing. I could tell you good fights where the fight is good. And I'm talking about good stylistic match where it's good work on both sides. David Morrell was looking spicy, but Katayev was like, he was looking dangerous too. That was a very good fight. You also had, like, in a good fight, a lot of times you have drama. Morrell got dropped. That was some drama. Usyk had Fury looking stupid in the 9th round. Drama. This fight didn't really have no drama like that. It was a great, masterful performance where the smaller guy outboxed the bigger guy and exceeded. But this is why I didn't want to see it, because look at where the division's at right now. Look at where the division's at. Now you have two guys who are going to be inactive for the rest of the year. One guy has all the belts, and then what? We just have to wait until Bud decides. Like, so what if Bud waits a year and says, "Hey, I'm retired. I did enough." So the belts sat on the shelf for a year, and then Bud retires and says, "Hey, I'm out." That's why I don't. You guys don't understand that. You don't get that. Canelo already held the belts hostage for like years. So now, Bud, I mean, he deserves a vacation. He deserves to spend time with his family. I'm not mad at that. But at the same time, he's been fighting one time a year. He got his one fight in. So now we just have to wait. It's going to be wait, which is what I said from the beginning. That's why I don't like fights like that. Yeah, but Bud don't drop belts until he gets a new one. Yikes. Yeah, so it's like held on to up until the transition. So super middleweight is cooked, because no matter what, until Hamza Shiraz and Pacheco and Billy Martinez, if they're not fighting for titles, one guy got all the titles. He's Thanos. So that's just what it is. You can't be better than Thanos, on paper at least, until you beat Thanos. And no one can beat him if you're not fighting. So it was weird. It was a weird play from the Saudis to invest this much money in that particular fight. I still believe that. Like, let's be real. From a business perspective, did Canelo Crawford pay off to you, in your opinion? Like, whatever the Saudis had to pay out and pay into, you think this fight was positive ROI, return on investment? Once you pay out Canelo 100 million plus, you pay out Bud whatever he got. You think this fight was highly profitable? Yes or no? Heck no. No. So everybody's saying no. So again, how is it amazing for boxing if you dump all this money into an event that can't even probably break even or surpass certain metrics to the point where it's profitable? I don't get that. Like movies that are like Sinners or Moana or whatever that Disney movie is, the amount it costs for the movie, they made more than that on the back end in theaters. That's profitable. I can very well assure you that this was not profitable like I predicted. If you had to pay Canelo 100 million plus and your gate is 40 something million, you haven't even earned with 70, 80,000 people or whatever they claim was there. You have not even satisfied Canelo's purse with that many people in there. Imagine that. So how is it worth it? If you listen, if you get 70, 80,000 people in a building and all of those people pitched in, there was no pay-per-view. They all pitched in, bought whatever they bought, and it doesn't even cover Canelo's purse. How is that a good thing? Please let me know. That's like I'm showing you the business. If I do a watch party and we had 10,000 viewers, your boy Ego came up because I get paid for the video, I get cash apps, I get super chats, and I'm at the crib. I don't have to spend gas. I don't have to take a flight. I don't have to get hotel and lodging and food. It is pure profit. And I don't have no hands in my pocket other than YouTube, Google. YouTube, Google cuts a check and they take a cut of every YouTuber's money. But that's it. I edited the video myself. I didn't need anyone to set up the live stream. I do the camera work myself. So it's all profit. I got one person, which is Google, you feel me, that has hands in the pocket, like all YouTubers. Everything else is pure profit. So imagine if I had 10,000 people in my watch party, but then I got fireworks and all this other stuff to the point where even with cash apps and super chats and the money I'm making on the video, I overspent on whatever materials to bring you this watch party. It's not really good business, bro. Because I dumped in more money on equipment and rentals and this and that. Like, let's say I rented a mansion, right? I rented a mansion. If I don't make back what it cost me and then driving to the mansion, then what am I doing? I'm thinking the viewership numbers matter for ad revenue. But they said it did whatever, 40 million globally. Globally. That's not the number in America where it's not the America only number, bro. So if we're talking globally, we're talking third world countries. Some of those countries that got Netflix are third world countries. So they're not going to, obviously, if the value of currency in a dollar in a third world country is different. And like, okay, for example, People be killing me by counting the finances. Turkey has given us all the fights we want to see. Quit complaining. I'm not gonna quit anything. Come make me quit. I'll quit if you come make me. I'm in Northern California. Come make me quit, and then I'll quit. Until then, it's not happening. Second of all, Turkey is not giving me the fights I want. I wanted Canelo Benavidez. Some of the fights are cool. Devin Haney and Brian Norman, I ain't mad at that. Kenya B said you can't even spell the word by. Facts. So, yeah, everything you said was a lie. It's not coming out of your pockets. Turkey is the facts of boxing. Bro, who is this dude? He need to be in night school immediately. The facts of boxing with FAXE. Get him out of here. I don't even know what he typing at this point. He said he the facts. No, don't try to correct it now. You drunk. Anywho, get him out of here. He said, I'm typing the hell with you. All right, we going to see. The shooter's going to get rid of you. It's okay. Hey, get him out of here. Let me know when he out of here. He definitely got to go. He on my nerves. Oh, he got him. Shout out to Hive. My boy Hive got him. Yeah, get him out here. He got to go.
Start? I don't feel so good.
Kenya B said Harriet Beecher Stowe, elementary dropout. Bro, he just typing. Oh, you the faxi of boxing. Bro, shut your ass up. The faxi of boxing. You don't even know what he typing. And it always be dudes like this trying to correct me. You can't even string together a sentence coherently, but I'm wrong. Okay. Turkey's the faxi of boxing. Man, shut your up. Anyway, back to it. These boys can't beat me. Still undefeated. And the reason everybody should care, because if boxing is not profitable, at some point, you know, people are going to pull the plug and invest less. I don't care if you're a billionaire, trillionaire, ain't no billionaire, trillionaire trying to continually lose money and not have nothing to show for it. So stop it. That's why everybody should care about the business end. The fight, to me, it flopped because you had to dump more in. And it flopped. The only person that really benefited was Crawford because he got to get his ish off and cement himself with a great name. That's it. Everything else was a flop. Dana White, flop. You had Sean Zelle in there drilling and grilling you. And the world of boxing seen how you reacted to it, and we did not like it. So it was a flop. Everything about this was a flop, like I predicted. Sean Zelle had you in the hot seat like Boxingego, and you froze up. Dana White was stuttering Stanley. He was like, If you wanna be an a-hole and you wanna showboat, you could set up an interview. Bro, no, Sean Zelle had you in, bro, that's a 10-8 round. The fact that you stuttered, Boxingego ain't never stuttered. I ain't never stuttered. No matter who came for me, I ain't never stuttered. I am not Ruben stuttered. Sorry for 2025 looking at, bro. Sean Zelle had you like, he was having an aneurysm. Set up an interview. If you want to be, and then you called him an a-hole. Bro, this ain't the UFC where everybody gonna lick your taint. This ain't the UFC, bro. Where everybody's like, oh, hey, Dana, hey. Bro, we don't care about no Ucket Friday foods you eating and all that. It's boxing. We live raw. We outside with it, bro. Boxing fans, we are not accepting that, bro. We gonna ask the questions and we want real answers. And you ain't have that. And Turkey was looking mad like Turkey at the press conference, he was looking hot. Because Sean Zelle put him on the spot. You feel me? You could tell Turkey and Dana bet against Bud. Bro, Dana was looking at his phone. He was watching UFC. It's over. You should have been at Noche. You came to boxing. Bro, why would you call a boxing reporter an a-hole and say he's showboating for doing his job? That was probably one of the dumbest clapbacks or whatever we've ever heard. So now they're showing you, they're playing in your face. Now they're telling you to do your job. If you're doing it and you're not like coddling them and kissing butt and shoe shining, then you're showboating. Since when is that a thing? Why is it a problem? Because you get a tough question. That's because they're used to softball questions. So the fact that somebody, you're mad that Sean was emboldened enough and bold enough to get in there in front of that room full of people and ask a valid question that should have solicited a valid response and put you on the spot, and you didn't like it because you're used to hand holding and kumbaya and everyone like, oh, UFC, yeah, BMF, like you used to that energy. Boxing, it's going to get worse. Monkey see, monkey do. People done seen Sean Zattel do that. Now they're going to really drill you. And like, bro, just hear what I'm saying. Listen to how dumb that is. Valid question, and you say, this is not about me and my company. If you want to get the real answer, set up a personal interview with me on a sidebar. Huh? So we could discuss it. So you're on a mic, he's on a mic. You can have the discourse right there in front of bystanders who cared enough to tune in that want the answer. But you're saying you should go in a room and have the discussion where some of us might not be able to hear the answer. Come on, bro. That don't even make sense. I know everybody in this room wanted the answer, but let's go in the little room and we can discuss it privately. So you and Sean Zattel know, but then nobody else. No, come on, bro. That was a bad look. Bad event, bad look. It is what it is. He was sounding like Rolly Romero. Tank hit me with Lucky shot up. Sounding like Daffy Duck is crazy. Y'all insane right now. He said Daffy Duck is crazy. Yeah. And the craziness is now, bro, boxing is looking screwy, bro. Now the Canelo Chupapi Muñeños, the Cinnabons, they mad. They like, Ego, we thought you were on our side. Bro, I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the side of boxing. Y'all can kick rocks. I don't care about, it's about boxing over the fighter. So there's that. I thought you were on our side. Bro, I told you this tribalism, they treat boxing like a gang. Like Bloods and Crips. I thought you were on our side. Bro, I don't know you. I don't know Canelo like that. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the side of whatever I see in boxing. And it's funny because people, they'll put out these comments and, oh, ego and all this stuff, right? The man put facts like that dude spelled it. That's nasty work. The other thing is that's crazy is people, when it comes to boxing ego, they know I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. I give you the highest quality. I look better. I sound better. I mean, I'm just him. But they try to like deconstruct the message. And it's funny because I put stuff out and people watch, they're quoting stuff I didn't even say, but then stuff I actually said, they conveniently forget, right? Like, I remember I did a live stream before Canelo Crawford and I was laughing and I said, I'm keeping it so real. I got both fan bases mad at me. I said the Canelo Cinnabons is mad at me and the Bud Buddies is mad at me. Who remembers me saying that? I had a stream and I said, I'm the realest person in boxing because all the fan bases be mad at me because I give my honest take. So if I say something that you didn't like about Bud, you mad. The Bud Buddy's mad. Then I say something honest about Canelo, the Cinnabons is mad. Who remembers me saying that? I'm like, I got all the fan bases mad at me. Shout out to High Burner Gaming. Shout out to Kenya B. Okay, then. So what's this talk about? Oh, I thought you were on this side or that side. Ain't no side, bro. I'm on the side of boxing. I'm on the side of boxing ego. I'm going to keep it real with what I see. I think some people are goofy. They don't know my track record. So they thought because me and Bud had issues or whatever, that I'm not going to keep it real to what I seen. I ain't never did that. Bud fought his ass off. Bud Crawford got busy. Bud Crawford got active and had a brilliant performance. I'm not going to take away from someone that worked that hard for that. Block F body 02. Yeah, you getting effing bodied. That's a bar. Get F body up out of here. You gotta go. My shooter's gonna come for you. 1, 2, shooters coming for you. 3, 4, better lock the door. 5, 6, get your crucifix. 7, 8, can you set you straight? 9, 10, go to sleep again. Bro. Shout out to Kenya B. If you gotta go out, that's how you go out. Bro, Kenya B got him up out of there. That's the date he lost his virginity. What did Seth Rogen say in 40-Year-Old Virgin? It all makes sense. You're a virgin. Bro, that's the new 40-Year-Old Virgin. Shout out to Kenya B for removing the 40-Year-Old Virgin about a year. It all makes sense. You're a virgin. Get these bums up out of my domain. They do not deserve to breathe the same air as me. I am the king of boxing talk. They mad, so sad. And it's funny because the people be the most mad at me watch me the most. Or they up there. Their retention be crazy. They be like, oh, ego, you said this. Oh, ego. But they keep watching. Why would you torture yourself? If I don't know boxing, why would you torture yourself and keep watching me, bro? This guy think he know boxing. Oh, y'all be so mad. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep saying my opinion on my channel. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's what we do, no? Yeah, but Bud, he did his thing. I'm not mad at Bud for whooping Canelo. But, bro, the belts were slaves, and Bud freed the slaves. So why would I be mad? Canelo had them belts. Bro, Canelo had them belts in the big house. Not fighting Benavidez, not trying to fight no Morels. In the past, not fighting Jamal Charlo when it mattered. Not fighting Andre when it mattered. And his fans made excuses for it. The Cinnabons made excuses for it. So I'm happy, bro. Bud freed the slaves. he freed them belts up. Give us free. Bud gave us free. And now hopefully he do what's right or, make prompt decisions, blah, blah, blah. Danny Jones, Ego said multiple times he was not a fan of the fight and people kept saying he choosing sides. People have selective hearing. Bro, it comes with the territory. I try to tell you. I literally made that. I literally said this to a T. I said, I don't care about this fight. May the best man win. I don't care who wins. I don't even like the fight. I'm not a fan of rapid weight class jumping. And I said verbatim, I'm only doing this fight for the people who want to hear my opinion and money. For this fight, it's all about the money. And we made the money. So I'm happy. And then people are like, oh, I thought you had a horse in the race. What? What part did I say that? I told you I'm doing this fight for money. But again, people would talk, say whatever they want. It is what it is. Bud Django Crawford, bro, he freed them belts up. I just hope he don't hold it hostage like Canelo. Because, you know, some people in an abusive relationship or like abusive, like your parents were abusive and then you become a parent and then you carry that tradition on. So hopefully Bud stop the curse and either vacate and retire or whatever he's doing or, you know, continue fighting. The man freed the belts up and abolished Canelo Alvarez. And you know the Canelo Cinnabon's going out bad, bro. You Cinnabons. Oh, you lied to me. You Cinnabon. You lied. The Canelo Cinnabon's going out super bad. Here's why. They done hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, and tried to prosecute, and prevent David Benavidez from getting within sniffing distance of Canelo Alvarez for the last several years. They did not want Benavidez anywhere near them belts, even when he was at 168. I understand he's at 75 now. I know my boxing. But he was a mandatory at a point in time. And at a point in time, they were both in the same division. And the stupid Cinnabons literally did not want Benavidez to get that Canelo work. And meanwhile, people like me was saying that is the biggest fight in boxing. Did I say that for the longest, that the biggest fight to be made in boxing became Canelo and Benavidez? Yes or no, Boxingego was on that. That's what I'm saying. It's selective hearing. Talk about what I said. Don't talk about what you think I meant and who you think I wanted to win. What did I say? Did I say I wanted to see Canelo Benavidez? That was the biggest fight in boxing. Yes or no? Huh? Did I say that? Fact, yes. Okay, then. And did I get it? Absolutely not. We didn't get the fight that Boxingego wanted. So you're like, oh, Turkey made the fight we all been asking for. No, he didn't. I wanted Canelo Benavidez. Now I don't care because boxing always does this. They wait till you get cooked up and then they want to make it. No, I don't care now, bro. I'm a consumer. I'm willing to pay, but I want to pay at when I like if I have a craving for pizza and then the pizzeria was like, we're not making pizza, we ran out. And then their business is slowed up, you know, and then they give me a call. Hey, we got a pizza if you want to come down and get some. I wanted the pizza last week. You said you weren't making no pizza, but now your money's funny and business is down. Now you're trying to call me and have me come back to the pizza place to get pizza. No, just like food, you have a craving for what you have a craving for. That does not last forever. You might want pizza today, and then if you don't get it, you're over it. And then you're like, man, I want some seafood tomorrow. You know what I mean? At least me. My cravings change over time. You know what I mean? So if I don't satisfy a certain craving, I might not care about that anymore. Like, you ever had a sweet tooth? You're like, man, I want some ice cream. I want some cheesecake or whatever. You have a sweet tooth. If you don't satisfy that craving within a certain window, then the feeling of it, you're just over it. You're like, all right, I don't even need it. You know what I mean? I don't need the calories. But if you would have got it within a certain window, you would have been all in that, you know, ice cream, that chocolate chip cookie dough. So that's the same thing with this fight. I was the biggest supporter and pusher of Canelo Benavidez. That would have been what was right. So now if you give it to me, it ain't going to hit like it was going to hit when Canelo hadn't lost since Beeville or before that, right? The man done lost to every fight, every slick type of guy he fought, he arguably lost. Especially recently. Beeville, Mayweather. I thought he lost to Lotta. Some people even had him losing to Trout, and now Crawford. Anybody that has like kind of slickness, American style movement, like a boxer, he lost to all them guys. And the ones he beat was like British, like Billy Joe Saunders. I never thought Billy Joe Saunders was nicer than Andrade. I never thought Billy Joe Saunders was nicer than Crawford. So, yeah. If I'm Benavidez, I'm staying the course at 75. Bro, it's a trap. I'm trying to tell you, boxing is crooked. Turkey filling out, oh, can Benavidez make 68? Why? Bro, Benavidez in recent pictures looked 200 pounds. Why? It's over. You didn't get the fight. I don't want to see Crawford and Benavidez at 168. I mean, y'all say you want the best versus the best, but if a person, you know, they can't make the weight comfortably, is that really the best versus the best? Like, come on, bro. So this is why I didn't want Canelo Crawford, because look at the aftermath. It like in the past, great fights help shape the division. This fight didn't really do that. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Crawford, the fresher people like Lester Martinez and Billy in a real fight, Diego Pacheco, you know, whoever, right? We don't know if these guys can beat him or give him problems because he fought the head honcho guy. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the game is like out of order now. Like Bud set his history, but at the cost of the fluidity of the division. Like the division has no direction now. That's why I didn't want this fight. I keep telling y'all. What, like, normally, like, what I'm trying to say is this. When you have real good fights that make sense, then when a person wins, especially big like Bud did, it produces almost a pecking order of the who's who in the division, where you'll be like, okay, this guy established himself as the, like, for example, Ward in the Super Six, that established a pecking order. Andre Ward was the king, and then just below it, Carl Froch, a little bit below that, Kessler, Abram, blah, blah, blah. That's a pecking order. For me, when you have a welterweight who defies the obstacles and beats a aging Canelo, it don't really establish a pecking order. On paper it does, because Bud has to be a consensus best because he did unthinkable things by beating Crawford by beating Canelo under those circumstances. But in the actuality, you got to know boxing styles make fights. Can Bud beat all the top guys that aren't in Canelo's boat at 68? We don't know. And now we may never know if he decides to end on this note. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's a little bit of a sleight of hand trick for Crawford, because Crawford has had late in his career as a late bloomer, he's been getting and afforded his opportunities to come in and crash out the guy that did the heavy lifting in the division, Errol Spence, Canelo Alvarez, and then he got the golden ticket to them, and then he cooked them and beat them. So then now he just like claims everything that they've been doing. Like, for example, some of you guys won't be able to relate to this analogy because you're too young. But for people in a certain age group, you should. Y'all want me to give the analogy? Type analogy if y'all want me to give it, and I'll give you the analogy. All right. When I was a kid, we had arcades. We would play video games, not on our phones. There would be an actual like building in the mall or wherever where they had video games and pinball machines and vending machines and all that type of stuff. I don't really see that no more. But back in the day, they had a hall of video games in an arcade, right? The popular games, air hockey, foosball, yep. The popular games on arcade would be like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Primal Instinct, Street Fighter. So we'll say Street Fighter. So you got a kid who's been at the arcade from sunup to 6 p.m. at night, and he beating everybody because there used to be that kid that was just too raw at the arcade. Everybody that step up, he been playing all day from 8 a.m. when the arcade opened to 6 p.m. He on that arcade, and he running through everybody that come in because you would see someone play, and then you say, hey, can I hop on? Again, some of you guys aren't going to understand it because you don't know the arcade era of things, but everyone else will get it. It would be if it's a 2-player game, right? It's kind of like Dave and Buster's, right? If there's a 2-player game, you see someone on there and say, hey, can I hop on? Yes, you put your little coins in, you put your money in, and then you battle, right? You battle for supremacy. So if there's a kid from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on that one arcade, Street Fighter 2 or whatever, and nobody could whoop him, then Bud Crawford come in at 6:03 p.m. and he put in his 50 cents in the arcade, and then you make a bet that I can beat you. So all the bets that he done, other kid that won all day, all the bets he done, all the money he collected from beating people, right? Because let's say they were all putting bets up. You say all or nothing. If I beat you, I get everything. Bud Crawford come in at 6:03 p.m., put his 50 cents in, and he beat you. Now he collects everything you work for from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in that one motion. That's why I said it's a bit of a sleight of hand trick, because what do you prioritize? Yeah, the guy that came in at 6:03 that hasn't been playing all day, he's preserved. His mind is clear. He just got dropped off by Uber and came into arcade, right? He fresh. He ready. He play. He beat you. He gets all the money that you collected all day, right? That's the proposition we're in with Bud's undisputed number 2 and 3. Number 2 and 3, Bud was able to come in after a person had racked up whatever wins and victories and monies and blah, blah, blah. And on one night, now 2 nights, he done performed and he done swiped everything that you had got. So again, it is what it is. But it's like, what do you prioritize? Because for me, like I'm being real, and I said this before the fight. You got people who are saying like, oh, Bud is over Floyd now. It can't be, bro. It can't be, because Floyd beat more current and former champions than anybody in boxing, including Canelo Alvarez, right? So I can't, on a late surge, I can't prioritize a late surge in that fashion where you didn't do the heavy lifting and put that over the person 50-0 and all that. Your analogy is completely wrong. See, people like you sound dumb because you'll say it's wrong, but you're not expressing what I said was wrong. So now you in the hot seat. We'll do it like that. Canelo accepted the fight, though. I never said he didn't. The kid at the arcade was willing to put up all his money in a take it all or nothing against the one dude. So I didn't say a rule was broken. I'm just telling you this is how it works. PBC fighters duck Bud. Okay, these are the idiots we deal with. Your analogy is completely wrong. I say, what was wrong about it? And he says PBC fighters duck Bud. What does that have to do with my analogy being wrong? Block him. Thank you for playing. Bro, I can't be beat. These dudes will never come in and outsmart me, bro. They don't have the mental dexterity with me. He said my analogy was wrong. I ask a direct question. What is off about the analogy? And he says, PBC fighters ducked. Huh? Shane Mosley said Crawford is better than Mayweather. Okay. That's Shane's opinion on it. Shane also picked Canelo to beat Crawford. Shane also fought Canelo and fought Mayweather, but didn't fight Bud Crawford. So why are you telling me that? That good on Shane. That's his opinion. And like the thing with boxing is funny. Y'all be telling me the opinions of people you know don't like one of the people. So why would I like Shane Mosley has dissed Floyd and I don't think they have a great relationship. But okay. You can put Terrence Crawford in there with a heavyweight. Shakur Stevenson is going to be like, man, Bud going to beat him. I don't care about that. I don't care about no opinion that's so over the top where you wouldn't keep it real anyway. If you don't like one of the people. Most people, they're not going to keep it real when you don't like the person. Blair the Flair said Bud and Canelo should both retire. I agree. I mean, for Bud it's a little bit harder because he looked good and looked sharp. So if I was Bud, I mean, and you ain't got beat up, you can make some more millions easy by fighting. So for Bud, it's a little bit different. Canelo should very well retire. Canelo's done, bro. Bro, this is why I'm saying Canelo's done. You can't become a champion again, bro. Tell me I'm lying. How can Canelo become a champion again? The only way he can become a champion is if Bud retires and then the belts get spread out and dispersed through boxing and there's a vacant belt or something and he could fight the WBC's like, oh, fight Johnny Two Toes for the vacant WBC belt. But I'm talking about legit, like a legit person. You're not becoming a champion anymore, bro. That's not life. It's part of gambling with your wins. The real understand what I'm saying. Chicken rematch the fish. I don't want, who wants to see a rematch though? Okay, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, who wants to see Bud rematch Canelo? Rematches are getting abused when a person clearly won. Why do I need a rematch? I'm going to catch the highlights on Fondora's sister. Tell me why the world needs a rematch to a fight we got a clear victory. Like, it sounds like sour grapes. Bud, okay, and here's the thing. A person like Bud, later in the fight, he started getting better. So what is Canelo going to do in a rematch? For Bud, it'll really be round 13. Bud will probably stop Canelo in a rematch. I'm telling y'all, the Canelo fans, y'all definitely shouldn't be asking for a rematch if you a Canelo fan. But he'll mess around and stop Canelo, bro, or beat him worse, and it'll just be a waste of time. I don't want to see that, bro. I would if Bud's gonna keep fighting, I told you what Bud should do. Take a novelty fight to Poirier, get your bread, and then maybe consider hanging up or going back to regular competition after that. That's what I would do. Bro, I do not want to see no Canelo, but I didn't even want to see the first fight. So now, after watching it and seeing what Bud did and how he pulled away, I have no desire to see no rematch, bro. And here's the thing, a rematch is going to make boxing look stupid because there's no reason for it. And there's no, I see zero way that it will attract a greater audience than whatever the first fight did. The first fight wasn't promoted well. The first fight did not enough of a live gate to cover Canelo's purse. What can you do? How are you going to do a better live gate when the world just watch a person get whooped? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it works. The only thing that was even remotely intriguing about the fight was Bud was sacrificing all the weight. We now know how he'll look versus Canelo despite the weight disparity. It didn't look like it bothered him. He took Canelo's punches well. There's no intrigue there. I hate that idea. Canelo fans trying to claim Crawford's gloves are faulty. Of course, they say he on drugs. They say his gloves is faulty. They looking for anything. But again, why would you trust them if they picked Canelo to knock out Bud? They probably just mad because he won. Yeah, I seen people was saying that his gloves was cooked. Bro, and it's funny because some of it is Canelo's Latino fans, but then when when Tyson Fury fought Wilder and Tyson Fury's gloves looked crazy, then some of the same Latino fans, they didn't care at all. They were like, Wilder, stop making excuses. Bro, boxing is fake. It is a fake sport. The longer you're in the sport, the more you realize how fake people are in the sport of boxing. That's why I come in, I get my money, I count my money, and then I'm out because boxing's too fake for me, bro. The same individuals that said, Wilder, oh, the suit's too heavy. Wilder, you making excuses with the gloves. Oh, this is a bad look. Oh, Wilder, you're hurting your career. Oh, Wilder, you're a crybaby loser. You're a sore loser. Now they trying to say Bud's on snack and drugs and Bud gloves is cheat gloves. I didn't see nothing wrong with Bud's gloves. They look like, it almost looked like they had too much padding at a certain part. The problem was Canelo couldn't get with Bud, right? But the point I'm making is these same idiots had no regard when Tyson Fury's glove looked crazy at spots versus Wilder. They said the nigga was a excuse maker. The black fighter was an excuse maker and a sore loser and all this stuff. Now they want compassion. Bro, we giving the same compassion you show, right? Boxing is full of fake individuals. My track record's always been the same. I ain't never condoned cheating of any level in the sport. I never condoned when Ryan cheated Devin Haney. I didn't condone it. The only thing I said with the Devin Haney-Ryan is based on how the fight looked, I don't think that the level of Osterine was the only reason Devin Haney lost because of what you had in your what drug you had in your system. I don't think that's enough to justify Devin getting clipped up in the first round in 40 seconds. But I'd never condone Ryan cheating. I'm not like, oh, he did a good thing by cheating. Cheaters are cheaters. But the boxing game is fake, bro. People now the same people that say Wilder's a poor sport and a sore loser are now trying to find ways to incriminate Bud and stuff and look at his glove and all that. But when it was Wilder, they was like, suit's too heavy and making jokes. But now that their king Canelo just got his ab beat by a smaller Bud and it looks bad, they're scrambling for answers, breaking their TVs. You guys are pitiful, bro. Listen, the real ones, Eagles Army, I'm not talking to you, bro. I am not talking to you. I'm talking to the fake boxing fans. I have no interest in communicating with you because you're too fake. You're not going to give credit when credit's due. I don't respect no man like that. I told you I don't care who wins. As a man, I stood by that. Bud won. He got it done. I gave him his props. They coming up with every excuse in the book. But then the point I'm making, they don't care about Devin Haney when Ryan had Osterine. They damn sure didn't care about Wilder with the glove gate. And now they trying to make a fake glove gate. No, bro, we're not doing that. Shout out to Bud. He cooked him. That's just what it is. And then the other fake that I'm seeing in the game is David Benavidez. I could talk this talk because I've always talked the talk before an outcome. These dudes didn't. Now you have Canelo fans begging David Benavidez, literally in his comment section, begging him to avenge and do it for Mexico and do it for boxing and whoop Crawford. Bro, this Canelo might have the fakest fan base in boxing currently. Fake. The same people that try to stifle Benavidez and make sure he did not get a Canelo fight now want little brother Benavidez to try to fight Crawford because they think he might have what it takes. Bro, these people are racist. I don't know how else to put it that will make it make sense. These are racist people, race fans. Now they want Benavidez. Now they, like, the whole time, it's like you ask a girl to prom and she was like, no, I got a date, right? I'm going with Johnny. And you're like, all right, bet. Then you get a nice job and then you get a nice car. And then Johnny said he ain't going to the prom with the biddy. And then now the girl sees you got a nice job, you got some money yourself, and prom's about to happen, and you got this nice new whip. And she's like, hey, you want to go to prom? Huh? Never. I would never do that. If you're not with me when I'm bad, when I'm doing bad, you're not going to be there with me when I'm doing good. This is the Canelo fans. They was not rocking with Benavidez. They were saying he was not full Mexican. They were saying he's not ready for Canelo. They were saying he can't beat Canelo. They were saying he don't deserve Canelo. They were saying his resume sucked. They were saying he was on cocaine and failed drug tests, even though Canelo failed drug tests for not cocaine, for clenbuterol. And then now the same people are trying to summons Benavidez to fight Crawford because a black fighter beat a Mexican fighter. That's what this is about. Very, very pathetic behavior, bro. Very pathetic behavior that instead of just giving Bud his props like me and everyone else, you know, they're trying to take down his win and create fake controversies. And the funny thing is, Bud beat Canelo to the point where the only controversy is against Bud. They try to rob him on the scorecards. So there's no like argument you could really make for Canelo. See, that's the funny thing about it is when certain fighters perform at that high level, it's nothing you can say. Like if Canelo hurt Bud badly in this fight, then that's what they would hang on. Oh, the fight should have been stopped or Bud almost got knocked out. Bud didn't leave nothing to chance, though. He didn't really leave nothing to chance. So there was nothing, there was literally no controversy that favored Canelo or made it so Canelo should have won. If anything, the controversy was the judge's scorecard where Bud needed the final 2 rounds. Otherwise, he would have lost the fight or it would have been a draw. So now they're coming out with lies. I told you, it happens to me all the time. They don't know my personal life. They don't know what I do, so they lie about it. Period. If people don't have dirt on you, they'll make it up. They have no justification for why Canelo got cooked by a smaller nigga, Bud Crawford. So now they're lying on his name and saying he been cheating and all. Like, come on, bro. It's over. And to me, you're not a real boxing fan. If you got to do all that, bro, like if there is a real controversy, then we all for it. I'll look into it. But these people are just making up stuff. Like They're like, oh, look at his glove at 3 seconds, and it looked like how did he do that with his glove? Like, what? And it's just regular. His glove looked like a regular glove. They're like, oh, but his hand he opened his hand. Bro, you have never put on a pair of boxing gloves to be saying whatever you're saying. Just because your hand's in a boxing glove, you still have some mobility. It's not like you're in a cast. It's a glove. So, again, it's just people, sour grapes, making up stuff. And trying to judge. And then, I mean, I even give the Bud Buddies, this is where the Bud Buddies can improve. The Bud Buddies, they've been saying like, oh, man, you love Errol Spence. Oh, they're saying you hate Bud, but I'm giving Bud his props. But here's the thing. Listen to what people say. If Boxingego hated Bud, right, like they said, and I love Errol Spence, like the haters say, right, Errol picked Bud to beat Canelo. He said, I'm rocking with Bud. So Errol was on the side of the guy that beat him. 2, Errol, people were like, oh, Errol got whooped and Bud made him look silly. Bud just went up 3 divisions in my book, and destroyed Canelo. So Bud, in him doing that, if you are an Errol Spence fight, or if you are an Errol Spence fan, it actually makes it better for Errol Spence, because now it looks justified, because Bud is capable of going to 68 even and taking out the head honcho there with all the belts. So the Bud Buddies, y'all got to chill too, because it don't even make sense what you're saying about Errol. If the Errol, you're like, oh, you Errol fans are still mad. Why would Errol fans be mad when Bud just proved himself at a higher weight? That means the loss that Errol incurred to Bud doesn't age that bad. To be honest, the loss would age bad if Bud kept getting beat up by everyone else but Errol Spence. But Bud keep proving himself, then Errol Spence fans win too, because now it looks like, okay, he lost to somebody real. So you got to always pay attention to what people say. And a lot of people, what they're saying don't even make sense. If you're an Errol Spence fan, you should be happy that Bud cooked Canelo, because now Errol losing to him in that fashion looks justified. It's just like Bud, he a bad mofo. So for me, I do like Errol Spence, but I do like Bud Crawford too. I've always liked the way he fights, right? I don't have a problem with Canelo either, but Bud continuing to prove himself only trickles down to other people he beat. Now it don't look, he beating everybody. He's just in his bag. So the other people he beat don't look crazier because he continues to do well. You see what I'm saying? That's like if I was in high school with Kobe Bryant and he cooked me in a basketball game, but then he went on and he was cooking people in the league. So I wouldn't feel no type of way. You understand what I'm saying? Why would you feel a type of way because you lost a high school basketball game to Kobe Bryant, but then he went to the league and did what he did? He's just a great player. So again, a lot of what people are saying now in the boxing, it don't even make sense. Bud doing well favors Errol Spence because, again, it justifies him losing. Now, if Bud couldn't beat nobody else but Errol Spence, then it'd be a bad thing. But that's not the case, and we know that. So Bud's just a great fighter. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button. I'm about to get out of here. I got a shorts channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to that because I'm going to try to go live from there. And I want you guys to be able to get all of the Boxingego content. So make sure you subscribe. The link is right there. I got a shorts channel. So this channel is primarily focused on the long form and live streams. But for more diverse content, the shorter content, make sure you subscribe to that channel. Also, if you want to stream like me, definitely use StreamYard, link in the description. Shout out to everybody who hit up the Cash Apps and super chats and stuff. I'm going to continue working hard for you guys to produce the best boxing content. Some people may need to unsubscribe and then resubscribe to the channel because a lot of people have hit me up saying YouTube tripping and they never see my videos and all this stuff. So I don't know. I can only work on, I'm a stoic. I can only focus on what I can control. YouTube algorithm, they tripping. I don't know what to tell you. Only thing I can tell you is go to my shorts channel, subscribe. Only thing I can tell you is unsubscribe from my channel and then resubscribe, and hopefully that reinitiates you so you get my content. So we'll see. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.